Good morning. Thank you for joining me here. And this is the Joy News channel. And just gone by was Public Accounts Committee sitting, and some officials, as well as the Deputy Minister for Local Government, are responding to some findings from the Auditor General's report to committee members. But today is the 11th of August, and as we've been promoting, the multi-TV M&C Properties Habitat Fair comes off today to Sunday, 13th of August. And Mama Vio Wuswa is currently at the Accra International Conference Center, where the exhibition is going to take place. The exhibition of some housing materials, as well as sales and some good discounts for you as well. So, Mama V, tell me what the mood is like ahead of the official launch at 11 today.
Well, good morning, Venice. It's all one of excitement because this is a day that we've been looking forward to. Remember, before this day, 11th of August, we've had two mini fairs. One at the Achimota Retail Center and the second one at the West Hills Mall. And this is the ultimate, the mother of all the fairs, really. And it brings together people who are into the housing industry. We all know one of the biggest issues, too, really, is land litigation and financing. That's why I guess a lot of people are excited when Multi-TV puts together the Habitat Fair. And we're proud to have M&C Properties with us this year. So really, this whole weekend, we're encouraging everybody to come through the Accra International Conference Center, but we just want you to have a taste and a feel of what it is to come in the coming hours and in the days ahead, really, because this fair is ending on Sunday. So straight away, I want to speak to the Managing Director and CEO of M&C Properties, Mr. Eric Kodo, whose stand really we are right now. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah. We saw you at the earlier fairs, the West Hills Mall and also the Achimota Retail Center. First of all, tell us how you fared at those two mini fairs and what people should expect here.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity. At Achimota Mall, we had a very resounding reception. We were received well by all who visited our stands, and they took a lot of information out. They followed up by calling us. We also followed up by calling them. And so I think we struck a very good business at Achimota Mall. But I would say at West Hills Mall, it was a bit slow. And the place was a bit dull because of some few things that hitched the whole program. But as we went on, it began to take some new diversions.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, we were all a bit happier because we saw that the improvement was gradual.
Okay.
But at this place,
expectation is really high.
This is the final match that we are playing. And I have already gone around to just inspire every exhibitor here that today is the final day. And so we must win the cup.
Okay.
So everybody here must put in everything so as to make this occasion a memorable one. So as a matter of fact, it has been a gradual development.
Okay. But that's to be expected in a real estate, industry.
Exactly. We are bringing in new ideas. In fact, in my speech, I'm going to make mention of some few things that M&C Properties is coming on board with. And I'm sure it's going to appeal to a lot of people because in this country, our salary ranges are very low.
It's true.
And everything that is used in building a house is almost imported. Even the chemicals that go into the cement that are produced here is imported. We don't do anything here in Ghana, and that is the more reason why it is affecting everything that we produce in this country. So I am of the opinion that government will take a very good look at industry, because those industries, if they are turned out, they are going to give us the materials and everything that we need to put into the housing fraternity.
Okay. Mr. Kodi, I know one of the things that people who even come here ask often is, can we afford the houses? Can we afford the things that you put on display? So how low should an income be? For instance, can people really, truly afford the houses?
Yes, there is always a way out. To every rule, there is an exception.
Okay, I like that.
Seriously speaking, because of the way things are in this country, nobody would like to do something and lose.
Okay.
Everybody wants a profit. At least employees are there to be catered for. For that matter, everything that goes into a company's arrangement and budget is in the interest of the workers. So all those things are taken into account. And it makes property a bit expensive in this country. But there must be a way out of it.
Okay.
Seriously,
Okay.
there must be a way out of it.
All right.
And we are thinking of the best way that this will be solved.
Okay, that's very encouraging, and I want to say thank you. There will be more conversations to have in the coming
You are
days.
always
really.
welcome, Mama.
All right, thank you very much.
Please,
That's the
speaking with you.
Managing Director and CEO Benes of M&C Properties, Mr. Eric Cody. I'm just going to run off because there are lots of exhibitors here today, and I promise you, I'm going to let you have a feel of what it is to come in the coming days. So here I am at SETI Realties, and I've got the CEO of SETI Real Estate, who is also a lawyer, Mr. Godwin J. Jemfi. Good morning. It's good to see you.
Good morning to you, and it's also good to see you too once
Sure.
again.
Yes. Are you ready for this though? Because this is the biggest. We've been counting down to this day.
We have no option but to be ready. We have no option to be ready because we real estate companies must do whatever we can in fulfilling the dreams of the indigenous Ghanaians. That is helping to cement the whole of the 1.7 million housing unit deficit in Ghana. So we have to be ready. We have no choice.
Sure.
Yes, and we as SETI Realty are doing our utmost best by taking into consideration during construction the salary of the lower and middle class so that they can afford what we have to offer here.
Okay, because that's what we've been looking forward to for everybody really to own a house. And imagine what it does to you as an individual when you know that at the end of the day you have a good place to lay your head and you don't have to worry about some landlord or landlady chasing you for rents.
I agree with you. I think the 1.7 deficit is not just a revelation in the shortages of units in Ghana, but it's also a revelation on deficit of peace of mind, deficit of comfort, because without a roof over your head, you can never have a peace of mind, and neither can you be comfortable. May I also say this, that I'm happy that the government is also trying its utmost best in order to assist us as the real estate companies by abolishing the 5% charges on the sale of real estate. I think that will go a long way in also, whilst we are fixing our price, to actually take that into consideration and bring it down within margin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But obviously, I appreciate more can be done.
Yeah.
But it's a start.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of financing with your properties, what's the help that you can give?
Well, it's a very good question that you've asked. But let me say this before I answer this. What I've discovered 4 years of being in Ghana is that the mortgage institutions have a long way to go in getting their information out there. For instance, in the UK, where I grew up and I worked for so many years, the country is littered with information as to how to acquire financial services and financial help in purchasing property. But in Ghana, the only place you will actually find that information available is within the bank. And not many people actually visit the bank. So I think on that note, the lending institution have a lot of work to do in order to push out their information, because the general population have a fear, a phobia in actually taking money from the lending institution.
Yeah, it's
so
true.
they have a long way to
Yeah.
go, and I'll urge them to break out of their comfort zone or break out of their cocoon and actually get that information out there, because it's not so much torrid as one may believe it to be in taking money from the bank. Now, back to your question about assistance with financing. We work with 3 major lending institutions. I mean, I don't wish to advertise for them, but for the sake of peace of mind for some of your viewers and listeners out there, I will name them. We work closely with Ghana Home Loans, also Stanbic, and HFC, who are very, very accommodating in providing mortgages. And we are more than happy to actually, explain the requirements to anybody who's willing today to purchase an apartment for us. We'll take them through the process, and we will actually take the lead in booking an appointment with one of the 3 lending institutions.
Okay, that would be fantastic.
Thank you very much.
But are your properties in dollars, in Ghana cedis? Because also that's one of the fears.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Well, most of the transactions that go on in this country, unfortunately, are done in dollars. But our properties, we paid for all the materials virtually in dollars. But they are also in cities.
Okay.
They're also in cities. So whichever way you turn it,
okay,
it comes back to the same.
Finally, tell us, what kind of properties do you have?
Well, if I can just take you over here.
Oh, okay.
We are doing what is called affordable, real affordable quality apartments.
Okay.
We are doing apartments which goes about to 3 floors.
Can we get a bit closer so we can see what you're describing?
Sure, I mean, this is a video shot of the development at its embryonic stage. Now, it is quality in the sense that the same construction company that constructed our illustrious presidential office also constructed our development. And we are not
in terms of what, our Flagstaff House?
Yes, Flagstaff House. And we are not passing the cost on to the buyer at all. We are taking the cost. And that is why our development is below the market value. We also have a model here, as you can see. We give you not what you exactly want, but what you exactly need, without necessarily compromising on your luxury.
Okay.
The idea is to have a city within a city. I mean, this model doesn't really do justice, but within the enclave, we have shops, clubhouses, space for entertainment.
The playground, okay.
The playground.
All right.
Yeah,
Is there security in terms of
24-hour security.
Okay.
24-hour rooftop and underground reservoir to provide you with 24-hour water supply. We also have 24-hour standby power backup. So once you step into the enclave, there is no such thing as doom so.
That's a good note to end this conversation right now, but we will have many more in the coming days. We wish you well with this particular fair.
Thank you very
much. May you sell lots of houses.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Thank you.
All right, I'm still taking you around. Let's check out a couple of the stands, and we're going to Wilkins Engineering. Let's understand exactly what they're doing here today and what it's been like with the earlier mini fairs held at the Achimota Retail Center and the West Hills Mall. So I've got Derek Province, who's marketing executive with Wilkins. Wilkins, what do you do exactly?
Basically, Wilkins is an electrical engineering company focused on grid extension services and also solar applications.
Okay.
At this year's Habitat Fair, Wilkins is offering its solar application. That is our home packages that we designed for homes.
Okay. For every kind of home?
Every kind
How
of
much
home.
do I need?
You come and see me, but it's with a little as 11,000 you'll be able to pay.
Okay. Okay.
And it will save you a lot in terms of your cost you're using electricity.
Okay. What are your expectations for this fair?
Well, we are expecting the best. Every year we know Habitat Fair has been one of the good fairs in Ghana. So we're expecting the best. We hope more clients will come over and then we tell them what we have and then of course they go to it as well.
Yeah. What are some of the little tiny questions that people have come through your stand with the experience with the earlier fairs? What have they been asking you that you are prepared really to give them the proper response.
Yeah, as I said earlier on, we are prepared to give them solar solutions for their homes, not only homes.
Have they been asking for discount? Because that's what I'm asking for right now.
And we have discounts.
Okay.
We have discounts. We have flexible payment terms for all our clients.
Okay.
So if you come to Wilkins Engineering, you are safe. You are safe with us.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Derek. Bennett, we're going to come back so you can continue with Interactive. But one more stand we're visiting, and it's Caspon. So I've got to look for Caspon Limited. Irama Sewa, marketing manager, is right there waiting for us. You're watching Joy News, and this is the 2017, the bigger edition of the Habitat Fair 2017, because we've had 2 mini fairs earlier. And Irama Sewa is here to receive us. Good morning to all of you. Okay, I hope you're well. Okay, well, so what do you have? Why should people come here this weekend?
Should come here this weekend if they want quality granite and marbles, because we have all of them here. If you want quality granite and marbles for your kitchen worktops, for your staircases, we have them in tiles for your floor as well. So if you want them for your vanity tops, we have all of them here.
Okay.
And if you're looking for quartzites for your walls, outside and indoors, we all have them. We have all of them.
Are you just selling them, or you fix them as well?
We fix them as well, and we do cleaning service as well.
Okay.
So if your marble is dirty and you want us to come and clean, we do all that for you.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So I already have one that's been fixed. If I want to change, because I see you have very beautiful marbles,
Yeah.
Are you ready? Is this something that you also
we
do?
That also. So if you have an old one and you want to change it to a new one,
Yeah.
you can take out the old one and then install a new one for you.
Okay.
Beautiful one as well.
Are you giving out any discounts?
Yeah, we have a 5% discount for all customers that come here and pick a flyer from us. So if you come and take a flyer and bring it to the shop, we give you a 5%.
I beg you, give me one. Oh,
Well, you can have one. You can have
it's
one.
5%.
Yes. So if you
That's
bring it to the shop, we give you a 5% discount on any product purchased.
okay. So what are your expectations? What would you want to say to
After
the people
this,
who are out there watching us?
Okay. I know today is a working day, so many people are out there at their workplaces. So after work, they should come here, pass by. And tomorrow and Sunday, being a weekend, they should come in their numbers and come and see the beautiful products we have here on offer.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for speaking to us. So there you have it, Benis Abubeidu. This is it. It's the 2017 Habitat Fair together with M&C Properties. We're here till Sunday. So if you're watching, listen, we don't want you to be engaged in any litigation issues with land. If you have difficulty in financing, you've seen the properties, you've seen the things on display, and you're thinking, oh, these are expensive stuff. Because of how much I earn, I won't get anybody to help me out. Well, we actually have answers for you here at the Accra International Conference Center. So this is the place to be with the entire family, really. Back to you, Benis.
Thank you, Mama V. Really interesting conversation you're having there with some of the exhibitors, as well as those having some good discount packages for all of you who are looking for anything related to your housing needs. Do make a date from today, the 11th of August, to Sunday, 13th, at the Accra International Conference Center. Is the M&C Properties Multi-TV Habitat Fair. Do make a date, and I'm sure you really get some good packages out there. Thank you very much, Mama Vivo. 15 minutes to the top of the hour. This is Joy News, and we'll have to take you live now to the Accra International Conference Center for the official launch of the M&C Properties Multi-TV Habitat Fair.
Hands together for Mr. Alfred Eseneza. Seated next to him is the CEO of Sethi Realty, who have been with us along this journey, Mr. Godwin Jemfi. Shall we put our hands together for him? Seated next to Mr. Jemfi, ladies and gentlemen, is the representative from the Ministry of Works and Housing, who are backing us with their strength and giving us the go-ahead to do all of this. I'd like all of us to put our hands together for Dr. Theresa Tofor. She's a Deputy Director at the Ministry, representing the Honorable Deputy Minister for Works and Housing, Honorable Frida Prempe. And seated very close to me is one man who's very passionate about the housing industry, and you get to know the reasons why later on. Shall we put our hands together and acknowledge the presence of Director of M&C Properties, headline sponsor of the fair, Mr. Eric Cody. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, immediately would go over to the head of sales and marketing for the Joy Cluster at the Multimedia Group. And Mr. Alfred Eseneza will be giving us an official welcome and also letting us into little details about the fair, which we will not be regularly conversant with. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome him with a big round of applause.
Representative of the Minister for Works and Housing, all protocol observed. The M&C Multi-TV Habitat Fair is a platform that has been created to bring together all players in the housing industry. We seek to create a one-stop shop for all housing needs in the country. This is to enable the public have access to all these products or facilities from a single point, thereby avoiding the difficulty that people go through in acquiring or creating their own home dreams. At the M&C Habitat Fair, we provide access to entire spectrum of housing services from land acquisition through construction and interior decoration. You will agree with me that M&C Habitat Fair Multi-TV has seen tremendous improvement over the years. This is as a result of suggestions made by our sponsors and numerous exhibitors. The growth of their businesses is our main interest. We therefore put their interest first as far as this fair is concerned. 2 years ago, we introduced the innovative concept of housing clinics, which has seen great success. The housing clinic is meant to localize the benefit of the Habitat Fair and offer a foretaste of the main events. We held the first housing clinic at the Achimota Mall on 24th and 25th June 2017. The second clinic was held at West Hills Mall on the 29th and 30th. Of August. This event will also be replicated in Kumasi from 26th to 29th October 2017. We have more interesting things to offer you during this fair as we join hands with the ministry and our exhibitors and patrons to find solutions to Accra teething accommodation problems. I welcome you to the 2017 edition of the M&C Properties and Multi-TV Habitat Fair, where we seek solutions to our housing challenges. Take full advantage of this fair and make the full use of this program. God bless you and thank you.
Thank you very much. And that's what we're saying to Mr. Alfred Eseneza, who is the group head of sales and marketing in the Joy Cluster under the Multimedia Group, who are putting together this fair. Make sure that you make the most out of this fair, because all of the quality that is under this roof can never be gotten anywhere else. And that's a fact. The proof lies right behind this red tape. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to welcome up here one man who started off as a lawyer and, of course, distinguished himself in the practice of private law. Of course, in that field, he has handled some of the biggest cases you can ever think about here in Ghana and in the UK as well, where he's trained. But along the line, he decided to get into the housing industry and has been practicing in this sector for some time now. He plays the key role of CEO of Sethi Realty, who are a key partner to the execution of the M&C Properties Multi-TV Habitat Fair. He has a message of goodwill and would like to invite him up here at this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, Mr. Godwin Jemfi.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Director of Housing and distinguished colleagues, all protocol observed. Before I say something about SETI Realty, a company which I belong to, and what we will be offering at today's Habitat Fair, I just wish to say something about the importance of real estate companies such as SETI Realty and others in the real estate industry in the Republic of Ghana. I recall that at the introduction of the first fair, I happened to have shared a platform similar to this one with Honorable Deputy Minister Frida Prempeh for Work and Housing. I recall the Honorable Minister commenting that there is 1.7 million housing deficit in Ghana. Her boss, Honorable Mr. Samuel Atachia, said in Cape Coast, May 18th, that he has directed all regional coordinating council to collaborate with chiefs to identify land for government to lease with private developers. I repeat, private developers, such as ourselves, to erect affordable housing to address the shortfall. Now, let me give you brief statistics. 90% of all new homes in Ghana are built by individuals, whilst real estate companies, such as ourselves, who should actually be handling that, woefully and abysmally build some mere 3 to 5% only. Hence, ladies and gentlemen, Director of Housing, private developers have a crucial role to play in the quest for a solution to tackle the shortfall in housing deficit in the Republic of Ghana, as acknowledged by the government. As far as we are all Ghanaian companies and companies with a presence in Ghana, it is our moral duty to help erect affordable housing to address the shortfall. In order to assist private developers such as SETI Realty stay on track to develop what is quality and real affordable housing, what we, our SETI Realty, is pleading for with the government is to come out with a national definition or a national guideline on what is real affordable housing. Such a national definition or a national guideline will indeed help us to create not just quality, but also an affordable shelter, affordable to the ordinary Ghanaian. As a useful benchmark, as a rule of thumb, housing is usually considered affordable if it costs less than 30% of gross household income. Now, for the part of my speech you are all have been eagerly waiting for. What is SETI Realty, and who is indeed SETI Realty? SETI Realty is a privately owned real estate company located in heavy industrial area Tema, and a proud member of the Ghana Real Estate Developers Association, GRADA. SETI is a symbol of quality, efficiency, and accuracy. SETI's core objective is to develop and construct quality and real affordable estate in Ghana for commercial and residential purposes. Our Nyamidua City is our most recent project, voted the best social housing project in 2015 and 2016 by Ghana Property Awards. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Director for Housing and my distinguished colleagues, why choose to live in City Realty Development? If you want quality, affordable and luxury apartment, then choose one of our Nyamidua City projects. Because cost of living is an important factor when it comes to saving of money. Now, taking this into consideration, our Nyamidua City is designed to keep the cost of living low and built to withstand earthquake. It is also constructed by the same builders who built our presidential office, Flagstaff House. Our Nyamidua City project is the first master planned community located 5 minutes drive from the Tema motorway roundabout with various infrastructure such as shops, food court, underground and rooftop reservoir, a center for entertainment. All these amenities are centered within the enclave of the community. We are offering practical, efficient and modern living apartment in a gated community with 24-hour security and power backup for all our residents. Our apartments are ready to be occupied, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the 8th edition of Habitat Fair, and the theme is affordable housing, held at this center. This is our 3rd year in collaboration with Multimedia Group Limited. City Realty is the headline sponsor for this event. Discounts on our products and information as to how you can acquire financial assistance. So visit our store for information. Without further ado, thank you very much.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, shall we appreciate Mr. Godwin some more applause? I'd like to remind all of you that we're live on the Joy News channel on Multi TV and also on channel 421 on DSTV. More importantly, for all of our social media savvy friends, the Joy News page on Facebook is buzzing with feed from here. It's live there as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it's also now my pleasure to welcome up here the director for M&C Properties, who have generously come along with us as headline sponsor for this year's fair. As I've told you already, this is one man who's very passionate about the industry and always looks out for quality as the hallmark in terms of the standards that are used in every aspect of the housing industry. Without saying much, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like all of you to help me with a big round of applause as we welcome Mr. Eric Cody, Director of M&C Properties. Yes, sir. Looking sharp. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Atto. Good morning, all. Director of Works and Housing, Dr. Teresa Tufo. Invited guests, my visionary son, Mr. Michael Bartlett Vanderpoel, President of M&C Group, CEOs of the Building and Housing Fraternity, friends of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It has often been said that opportunity knocks but once. But I want to express a contrary view here for the fact that M&C Properties and Multi-TV are out again after Alisa Hotel to offer another opportunity that has been drummed home so many times. There could be some people in our midst who might have known of the Alisa Hotel opportunity, but are yet to make it a reality. By the way, I am just waiting to share my happiness and be part of what they might be contemplating to do today. That notwithstanding, M&C Properties Multi-TV still have the ends of their claws tied to each other in the quest for making the 2017 Habitat Fair a history to be well written in the annals of the success books. The housing fraternity is itching to have the opportunity to make housing affordable in Ghana. There are itches, but we all have a duty to persevere to achieve the laurel. Some of us at Alisa Hotel had assuring words from the Deputy Minister of Works and Housing a few months back on government to endeavor in partnering with developers to come out with ideas to churn out affordable houses. For sure, a guiding policy on this is what we are all waiting to be unveiled, since increasingly more heads scarcely lay under a roof. Just before that comes out of the labor ward, M&C Properties will tackle the issue according to our formulated approach, which we have consequently placed on the drawing board for execution. Very soon, Ghana will boast of unique and affordable housing units that will stand the test of time, and plenty enough to put a lot of heads on their roofs. What do you say to me? Give me a clap. Today, I entreat all listening to this speech to take an eventful step and benefit from this innovation, which is the saving rod that will be stretched to pull anyone trapped in the water of unaffordability. The building and housing industry has to grow in diverse ways with fresh innovations, which should have the propensity to sustain Ghanaians in their quest for affordable houses. On the day of the launch of this event, I mentioned that even though M&C Properties is young and now growing in the industry, we are spreading our tentacles to grab the top ladder. We introduced Al Jawara property from Tiger Group in Dubai, Austin Air Conditioners from Germany, and our own properties at East Legon Hills. But there is going to be a new turn of events that will unearth the real developer's vision of affordable housing in Ghana. Materials which will go into the structures of such affordable houses have been identified and are going to be introduced. I know for sure that when they are seen to give the best affordability in Ghana here, a chorus may be sung. Now, Ghana be, which is you, weep no more, lament no more, and curse nobody anymore, even if you do, for not having a place you can hit your chest and call your own. Relax. Just look into the nearest future with hope. Rely on decades of achievement to cool your life, and remain anchored in a choice of class. For M&C Properties, we do all that for you. Honorable Director, I would like to conclude that when we resume installations of the affordable housing units, we will introduce our new innovation in generating electricity, cutting down bills to 49% on the national grid. Installation. The curiosity of the government and wield the powers to talk with us. So now government does not know what we are capable of providing in the energy sector. But when it comes to glare, consequently, prompting talks to kickstart, it will be a happy interaction. It will go into my report. The policy statement in my address is that M&C Properties will build affordable houses and ease payment of electricity bills on such houses by 51%. May the Lord God be with you all. I wish all of us a great deliberation. Thank you.
And the Lord God truly is with all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Eric Cody.